Hello and welcome to the Everyday Theology Podcast. This is our series, Everyday Wisdom, and back on the podcast is Ian Stamps. Hello, Ian.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Welcome
Good.
back.
Yep.
Excited to discuss Proverbs 2, 16 through 19 with you. In the last episode, we laid out two ways to live. You can live with Christ at the center or yourself. And we see that throughout the Proverbs. We see that really throughout Scripture. Psalms. The book of Psalms starts that way. For example, Psalm 1, there's the way of the blessed man and the way of the wicked. And so let's jump into our text. Proverbs 2, 16 through 19 says, "To deliver you from the strange woman, from the foreign woman who flatters with her words, who forsakes the close companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her tracks descend to the dead. All who go to her will not return, and they will not reach the paths of life." And so the Proverbs is talking about this woman, and we talked several episodes ago about how wisdom is often personified as a woman in the Proverbs. And so maybe remind us why is that?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Proverbs, almost immediately, like chapter 1, verse 20, wisdom shouts in the street, she gives forth her voice in the square. So there's this immediate acknowledgement that there is this female persona known as wisdom. And we mentioned it back on the previous episode. People ask about that. Why is it that that wisdom's personified that way? It's because of passages like where we're at today in chapter 2, because wisdom is set in contrast with this other woman, that there is this alternate direction to go, and you, as this trying to be faithful to the Lord, this wise person, you are choosing which lover you're going to go with, Lady Wisdom, or this foreign woman who's beckoning you to a life away from wisdom.
Samaritan woman,
That's right.
stay away.
I think that is the first time we've used that.
Well, I'm glad
series.
that I got to experience it. I forgot how much I so missed it.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, the foreign woman who flatters with her words, who forsakes the close companion of her youth, who forgets the covenant of our God. So what is really, what are some of the things that we need to be looking out for that are set in contrast to living wisely?
Yeah. So I think this woman obviously can represent a real woman. There's a
Can we play
lot,
it again?
Yeah, would you?
Samaritan woman.
There's a lot of teaching in the Proverbs regarding sexual sin, and don't fall for the lies of the adulterous woman. So that warning comes up over and over and over again. So certainly there is this sense of don't fall for that. Don't go the direction of sexual immorality. There's very much representation of sexual sin and temptation in this foreign woman or strange woman, depending on which translation you're using. There's also
Strange woman?
Strange woman.
Strange
Yeah,
woman
some
lying
of them,
in ponds distributing swords is not the basis for a system of government.
I also missed that too. So again, she is referred to as the strange woman. She's foreign and strange because she's not one of God's people.
Yeah.
So with this foreign woman, you have the representation of Israel's two primary sins in the Old Testament of adultery, sexual sin, and idolatry with the pagan gods of the foreign nations. Yeah. So there is this reality of this woman representing not just sexual sin and adultery, but idolatry as well. That the foreign pagan gods are enticing you to come and worship them. The prophets will heavily pick up on that imagery.
Yeah.
And God, through them, will accuse Israel of spiritual adultery because they're committing adultery against God, their true lover, with these false lovers.
All of Hosea is about that, isn't it?
The whole thing. Yeah.
He actually has Hosea marry a prostitute.
Yes.
To represent that. That's wild.
Yeah. Ezekiel as well has some very potent imagery that is at least PG-13 or higher to explain what Israel and Judah have done and how they lust after these other lovers. And God is regularly, explicitly condemning. And that's what's happening here. Wisdom is faithful in terms of relationships and marriage and honoring the commitments that you've made. But wisdom is also faithfulness to God himself.
Yeah.
Which is why the line is in there, I would argue, that she forgets the covenant of her God, because the wise person wouldn't do that.
Right.
The wise man remembers, I'm in relationship with the Lord, and that relationship matters more than the other ones.
Put no other gods before him.
Right.
So really, I think some takeaways for us is that really to heed the warning. Her house sinks down to death. Her tracks descend to the dead. All who go to her will not return. They will not reach the paths of life. That's very, pun intended, very grave language.
I see what you did there.
And that this path of sin leads to death, and this path of unfaithfulness, this path of idolatry, of putting things in the place where God is meant to be in our lives. And really, that's the battle of our lives that we fight: is who am I serving, who am I seeking, who do I love?
Yeah. Well, and think about how that message is consistent across the entirety of Scripture.
Yeah.
It's not just the Psalms that are going to say that, or the Proverbs that are going to say that. The New Testament version of wisdom literature is the book of James. And James tells us, your desires give birth to sin, and sin, when it's full grown, gives birth to death. So this is what this kind of lifestyle produces. It kills everything. It destroys everything. So heed the warning. Your house is going to collapse if you walk this road. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good.
Well,
are we good?
I mean,
Should we shut this down?
I think we could, because that
Samaritan woman,
That's the takeaway.
stay away.
that would be the takeaway. Stay away.
Stay away.
Stay away from the foreign woman.
Yeah, we're gonna have more episodes where we talk about temptation and sin and lust and sexuality and marriage specifically coming up in the next several weeks. But I think for today, just remember again, there's two ways to live. That wisdom that leads to life, and temptation and sin, which leads to death. And to be willing to examine and ask the Lord to examine your heart, because we need help. We need help with this, to show us the reality of what we are worshiping and our idols in our lives. So,
Take heed, Scripture says, lest you fall.
take heed.
Yep. Because the moment you think you are beyond that temptation, or you've progressed so far, that's the moment of your greatest vulnerability.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Thank you, Ian. And thank you for watching or listening. And we'll see you on the next episode of Everyday Wisdom.